It's your girl Ro in the building, and I'm here to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to color chocolate apples, Easter theme. And I'm also going to show you how to properly melt your candy melts. So let's get started. Here I have my Granny Smith apples. These are the apples I choose. You can use whatever apple of choice, but you want to make sure you check them for any cuts, nicks, or dents in your apples. These are the sticks that I use to dip my apples with, and these are a 6.5 by 5.0. This will allow your decorated straws to fit over. Now the cleaning process, simple, no boiling method. I'm using this vegetable wash that really works well with your apples. All you need to do is wash, rinse, and dry them completely. Now after you have dried your apples completely, you are ready to insert your sticks and straws. Now when you insert your sticks, you want to make sure you insert them just enough to where the apple is not going to fall off the stick, and insert like down midway here. Then apply your decorated straw or paper straw, and once you apply it over the stick, that stick tends to go down midway into your apple. Give it a little shake to make sure the apple is still on there. You're going to take some paper towel and you're going to dry the top of your apples, because sometimes there's juice that comes back up and you want that to be dried completely. Then you're ready to dip. Now I'm going to show you my technique for the best way to melt your chocolate candy melts. Here I'm using Merkin's candy melts in a 16-ounce glass container, and I'm going to apply 2 tablespoons of Paramount crystals to help with thinning my candy melts, and this just gives a great smooth consistency. And I'm going to do in real time for the first 30-second interval. After that interval is up, you want to remove it. Now I'm going in actual time here. After that first interval, make sure you mix your melts. Now it's going back in for the second 30-second interval, and here you want to mix. Now this is after the second interval, and I want you to watch this transformation, because what you want to do is take your spatula and you want to utilize the heat from your glass container and just mix it around until those melts start to melt down. Now this is a process. I chose to show you in actual time instead of speeding up the video, so bear with me, because I want you guys to see how this process works. I get a lot of questions. How do you keep your chocolate from getting that elephant skin or getting your chocolate overheated? Well, it's a process, and I'm going to show you my technique of how I perfect that. All right. So again, this is the second interval, and I melted for 30 seconds. The first interval was for 30 seconds. During the second interval, you see me here mixing and mixing for this period of time. And this process is allowing the heat from the glass, is allowing your melts to melt down. You want to melt down majority of those candy melts, utilizing that heat from that cup. All right. Now I'm going to put it back in for the third interval, and this time I'm going to melt for 10 seconds. Now, after that 10 seconds is up, this is the results. All right. And again, I'm going to mix. There's going to be a few little melts in here, and I'm just going to mix. And you're also going to see me keep, swiping, scraping the side of the bowl of the cup. That's because there's melt still down there. So I'm utilizing that and just, pushing those melts to the cup just to assure that they are completely melted. All right. I got a good flow of chocolate, but here's the key. All right. I want to fill up my cup. So I get this question: can I add more melts and then reheat it? Absolutely. Because what I'm doing now is bringing the chocolate melts down to temperature, because I need a full cup to dip some apples. So when you melt down, well, I'm going to put this back in for 10 to 15 seconds, but once that come back out, you're just going to mix as I've been saying. But when you adding more candy melts, the first time, it'll melt down to 12 ounces. Adding more will give you a full cup. And here we got a good even flow. All right, now let's get to the coloring. This is the Chocolate Chameleon by Artisan Accent Sweet Color Lab, and I am adding in 2 drops of the purple. This is one of my favorite brands to use. I've been using this brand for years. Now, you can also check the description box for all the supplies that I'll be using in this video, but more so, I want y'all to pay attention of how I achieve these colors and how I melt my candy melts, okay? Because this have been the biggest question a lot of you have asked in the comments. So I hope you make it this far to the video to see how important this is. So I'm color matching. I'm matching up to get as close to the color of my paper straw. So I'm adding a little bit more color, and you want to add enough to your desire or till you achieve the color you're trying to match up with. So I'm getting close. I'm going to add a little bit more. Now, adding more, does it change the taste of the candy melts? No, it don't. But if you add too much meaning like you using a whole bottle, then yes, it's going to do that. But no, it don't change the taste of your candy melts. At least not for me. All right? Because I flavor my chocolate and my candy melts. All right, you want to get your silicone mat. I changed the bowls for a reason, because I need more room to dip these medium to large apples. So you go in, do a rotating turn, give it a little shake, and get majority of that candy melts off your apples. And then I just scrape the bottom and then place it onto my silicone mat. Now, if you don't have a silicone mat, you can use parchment paper. Just make sure you have something for them to sit on. All right. So in between my dipping, I do mix, but this is how they come out, and they come out nice and smooth. Put some extra candy melts into a piping bag, cut you a nice little small hole, and do your drizzle. And this is what comes out to be a beautiful apple. Now let's get to the pink. Again, I'm starting with a few drops. It's best to start off with a few drops and then add more to achieve a darker tone or darker shade. I'm using the pink straws here, and it looks like it's close, but I'm going to add a little bit more just to darken it up just a little bit so that I can get it close enough to the color of this straw. So comment down below if you think I did a good job or a great job by color matching with these paper straws, which is something I love to do. Again, I'm going into my bowl here, doing a rotating turn. Make sure you don't touch the side when you do go in to dip, because you don't want no marks. But I'm taking some leftover candy melts and putting it into a piping bag. You want to pull some of that chocolate back and then cut a nice small hole to give you a good even drizzle. Drizzle back over into your candy melts before you start with your drizzle lines. Now I always do a pre-drizzle before I do it right onto the apple. So we're going to do the orange now. And again, starting off with a few drops. And with the orange, now you're going to find with these different colors, you may add a little more than usual. And that's okay. But I want you guys to know that I always start off with 2 cups when I'm making chocolate apples. I always start off with 2 cups. And normally, I would say 4 cups of chocolate or candy melts melted will cover 12 apples. 12 medium-sized apples. Now, what I just did there, if you get any puddles, pick your apple up and just place it into another position. All right. Now we're going to come with the yellow. The yellow is going to be a beautiful color. And I had the last of the yellow. So I took a stick, an apple stick, and dug into the bottle to get this color out. So I'm going to add a little bit more. But again, I'm starting off with just a lighter tone. And then I'm going to go back in and add more so that I can achieve the yellow that I'm looking for. And when you mix your color, make sure you mix it to where all that white is gone. All right. So I need to go a little bit darker. So I'm adding a little bit more yellow. And again, whatever straw or decorative straw that you have and you're trying to achieve these colors, you know, add as much as you desire to achieve that color. All right. And again, I transfer to the bowl because I need room to dip my apples. Now, can I reheat my chocolate up in this bowl? Absolutely. But I like to start off with the glass container because it just melts a little quicker for me. And again, look how beautiful that came out. All right. Now, what I'm doing is re-dipping this apple because this one looked a little transparent. Sometimes that happens if you add too much Paramount crystals. Okay. Adding too much Paramount crystals will thin out your chocolate and will take a long time to dry, and it will come out looking like this. So if you see the difference there, it looks transparent. So if you need to go in to re-dip, if that happens, it doesn't hurt to go in and just re-dip your apple so that it can look solid enough like you see here. All right, then this one came out great as well, and it doesn't look transparent. It look a little bumpy, but that comes from the apple. All right, so make sure you pick out some good apples. And here we are with the drizzle line. Again, I do a pre-drizzle where I'm starting on the matte first, going into that back and forth motion, okay, to get those drizzle lines. This is the teal. This is one of my favorite colors. And again, you're starting off with a few drops first. You know, start light, then work your way up. And the candy melts that I'm using, I did the same method, the same technique, same melting process to achieve how smooth it is, how liquefied it is, and all of that. Because I get these questions in the comments. How do you make it so smooth? Well, I just showed you. So try it out for yourself. So I'm adding a little bit more color. Again, I'm trying to color match to this straw. What y'all think? Is it close or is it not? I think I do a great job at color matching. But this is the brand that I use. One of the brands that I use, and I use it often. Okay. And again, these are the chocolate chameleon candy or chocolate colors. Okay, they are made to color your chocolate, and these came out beautiful. But I got something special that I'm going to show you by shining them up. All right, but look how vibrant they is. They look great. Great for Easter. So now I'm using the Sterling Pearl Mother of Pearl by the Sugar Art, and I'm going to give it a little bit shimmer. So the color of this, you can go to the description box to find the link to get this particular powder here. It is 100% edible, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm taking my kabuki brush and I'm just going to give these apples some shine, bring it to life. All right, so I'm just going to take my kabuki brush with the dust. It's a beautiful dust. It's the mother of pearl. And then you're just going to go around your apple, but you're going to do this when your apples are completely dry. All right. It doesn't take long for your apples to dry. Once you get done dipping them, make sure you let them dry at room temperature. Your apples do not need to dry in the refrigerator at all. If you are in a hot climate area, then it's going to take your apples to dry a little bit longer. So just remember, if it's hot and humid in your kitchen or wherever you're dipping, then, cool off the house so your apples can solidify a little quicker. All right. So it doesn't take long, and it shouldn't take long for your apples to dry. But before I get the question, do I need to put them in the refrigerator? No, you don't. If you melt them properly, you won't have that issue. All right. So shining up this nice pink apple. This is the mother of pearl. And again, I'm doing another shine. And I pretty much did all colors. And again, this is the mother of pearl, sterling pearl dust from the Sugar Art. And look at that yellow. They came out beautiful. Comment down below if you like how these turned out. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like and comment down below. For all supplies will be in the description box below this video, so be sure to check it out. It's your girl Ro about to go, and I'll see you all in the next video.